live on Instagram and Facebook, live, and we're at Big Al's Bar.
Yeah.
We've moved locations.
Yeah.
This is the temporary location for Big Al's Bar.
Yeah.
Sometime within the next few weeks, we'll be at the new permanent location for Big Al's Bar, and it's spectacular.
Yeah. But so is this.
Yeah.
So is this.
But in the meantime, here is this beautiful woman wearing a beautiful top with great shoulders and a beautiful smile, and her name is Suzanne Summers.
Funny, Al. It's so fun to be back in Big Al's Bar. We realized Alan had a rig made for this mobile studio that we have, and we realized we could move it anywhere in this house that we wanted. So we're going to do a lot of shows here from Big Al's Bar in our temporary, we don't own this house, and prepping you for the next house where it will be the real Big Al's Bar and hopefully the permanent Big Al's Bar. So hello everybody, so glad to be here. We are having a sale. Is it a sale today?
Oh.
I never know what the deal is.
Oh, well.
I'd give it to you.
Okay, the deal is 25% off the entire SuzanneSummers.com site. And the promo code is HEALTH25. However, if you sign up for auto ship today to lock in monthly discounts, and you don't have to take it every month. You can say send it every 2 months or every 3 months. We give you an extra 10% off. So it's a great deal. And it comes without you having to order it. And you can stop the order anytime. And we're not one of those sites, you say stop the order and it goes on for another 10 weeks. And you got to call and threaten you're going to call the Better Business Bureau before they relent. 25% off site-wide, that's SuzanneSummers.com. Auto ship gives you a 10% discount every single time you receive something from us. Actually, every time you receive Gut Renew. And that locks in the monthly discounts as well.
So that was a lot more than I needed to know, but I'm glad to know it.
Yep.
But what I was noticing while you were doing it is that what I said to you the other day, not that you need a job or even, we have all that we need. So it's not like you need, the revenue or anything, but everybody can use the revenue. You're a great salesman voice. When you were selling the Alpha Beta Tell a Friend series, you were so likable. You were so likable that Johnny Carson would do Alan Hamill tell a friend jokes. And there's another guy on TV all the time. He sells pillows. That it's such a hard driving. Get this and get it and get it and pillow and it's soft and it's great and it's pillow and we end up muting him all the time. No one would mute you. You are unmutable.
Yeah, and we did a series where I would knock on people's doors. They didn't know I was coming. In the days when someone would actually open the door when someone knocked on it. And the woman opened the door and she said, "Oh, Arthur Hamill." Yeah.
But they open the door because it's friendly Al. Al, tell a friend.
They didn't know who was on the other side of the door.
Yeah, but we always
That was in the 70s.
Don't we all look out the little peek thing?
Well, if you have a little peeking thing.
Everybody has a peek thing.
Okay.
Even my mother had a peek thing.
Well, those were the days.
My mother had a little door that you unlatched and opened the door and looked out.
Oh, that's dangerous.
No, it was this big.
I know, but you can get
You know
something.
what they are, don't you? You all had one.
Yeah,
Your mom's had one.
No, my mother didn't have
No, but
that.
their moms
My
did.
mother never even locked her door.
No, she didn't.
Every time I'd go there.
Anybody could walk in your mother's house anytime.
Yeah.
And she'd offer them dinner. She always had dinner.
That's right.
You walk in his mother's house and the table was always set and there was always mounds of food on the table. It was always great. She made this great soup with krepla in them. They're like little meat-filled raviolis that she would sit all afternoon and make the little raviolis. And then she'd make the homemade chicken stock. And then at the last minute, she'd throw in the ravioli, which is the krepla. And then, oh my God, I used to have so many that I'd get back to our hotel room and I'd be constipated already. And it wasn't even morning.
Yeah, but it was worth it.
It was actually worth it.
And that's when you needed gentle colon renew.
Well, I was looking at what's in front of me right here. This is now my new dinner party gift. You know how you used to bring a box of candy or a bottle of wine or something?
Flowers.
Or flowers. Not me. I bring them hydrochloric acid, digestive enzymes, gentle colon renew, and what's this one? The
Probiotic.
Probiotics, right. We're kind of low on the, this is the prebiotic. This is the food that you take that makes your probiotic work better. But for the moment, our probiotic is back ordered, so you can order it, but you won't get it as fast as you'll get these. And then there's the Gut Renew 30-day challenge. And then there's the Gut Renew, the big bag for 30-day supply. And this is the, I don't know, I think it's like a 4 to 5, 1 week. And this is the immune support. Take the immune support. It's all great. We had some people for dinner last week. And she said, no, my gut and my gut and my gut. And I said, what's wrong with your gut? She said, I'm just always bloated and I have, she named some disease. And I said, have you tried Gut Renew? She said, no. So I sent her all this and that, and she got it today. And she's, if the computer could go, wee, that's what mine did today when she got all her gifts. People love solutions to
Well,
their
let's
problems.
see if Caroline's here. Hi, Caroline.
I'm here now that you picked up the phone.
Oh, I'm so
Oh.
sorry. Oh my God. And the worst thing is I'm going to say I forgot about you because we got so into this thing. I know, I'm so
No,
sorry.
you know what?
What?
The
Your
pr-
entire following.
Your ringer is off.
Oh, turn my ringer on.
No, well,
See,
it
if
doesn't
you
have to
wouldn't
go on
control
now.
my phone,
No, I had to put it here. We have a new place for Caroline.
I don't like it. She's
So
too
the-
far away from me, and then I forget. That's why I forgot, because usually I've got her right here.
That's right.
But
And you
now
saw.
I'm closer to the speakers.
That's
so
right.
Hopefully people can hear a little
To
bit.
the, you mean the microphone?
Yes.
The speaker is what comes out at the back end.
But the speaker of the phone is closer.
But if you
to
want it to
the
come out of the back end,
Pardon?
gentle colon renew. I never talk about what I brought in my little gift bag until we're sitting around kind of comfortable with everybody at the dinner party, whether you know them or not. And then I talk about gentle colon renew and how it's so great. And what is it? Well, it's mostly magnesium and vitamin C, but you take a spoonful of this at night in a warm cup of water, and it makes like a gentle fizzy lemon tea. And then you have this great sleep because of all the magnesium, and then when you wake up in the morning, you have a great poop. I can feel everyone going, I want that.
Yeah,
I'd like to have that.
you should have that.
Yeah.
Even
So
even
you
if
can buy it.
even if everything's okay right now.
Yeah, why
okay?
not?
Keep it as an emergency.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because every so often,
Every so often.
it happens to everybody, and you will be prepared. What was
Yeah.
the Semper Paratus? Isn't that what?
Is that Boy Scouts?
It's either Boy Scouts or the U.S. Marine Corps. I can't remember.
I love Marines.
Yeah. Well, thank God you don't bring them home anymore.
I think I told you this the other day when I did a special on the USS Ranger with 6,000 sailors, and I walked out and I had what we called my drop-dead gown. It was an over-the-shoulder gold bugle bead tied all the way to the floor. And you want to have fun, walk out in front of 6,000 sailors. And I looked at them and I said, and the nuns in Catholic schools said I'd never get to heaven.
So Radigan says, colon renew is great, love it.
I agree. I agree. Now, the reason this woman who was over here for dinner the other night, I said, do you have trouble with indigestion and digesting your food? She says, all the time. I said, well, then I get into one of my spiels. I said, as we get older, we stop making sufficient hydrochloric acid. And hydrochloric acid is in your stomach, remember, under the left boob. And when it's not enough there, the food goes in there and it can't get digested, so you get reflux and you burp, right? You know that one. Well, this hydrochloric acid takes your food and digests it for you. And then at the end of the meal, because when you take the probiotic, which you can order later, I'm so sorry we don't have it. I just found out that we were out of it. Then at the end of the meal, you take the digestive enzymes, because that's how they pour in your body. Your body makes hydrochloric acid to tear up and digest your food. pushes it into the small intestines, and then the digestive renew digests the food in the small intestine, and then you take the gentle colon renew at night, and your whole GI tract goes, ah.
Thank you.
I'm sleepy, and thank you, and I
Thank
promise
you.
I'll get rid of all this debris in the morning. I just want to go to sleep now. Isn't that a dreamy thought? There's nothing better than falling asleep when you're ready to go to sleep.
And there's nothing better than waking up and feeling good.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
Because I'm still a little wobbly from my my injury. God, injuries take so long when you're older. Oh my God. I never knew that. But anyway, I go to get up out of bed, and you know what Alan does? He immediately gets up and walks over to my side of the bed, puts his arms out. I hold on to them, and he pulls me up. And then he gets a great hug.
Yeah.
It's the greatest of all hugs of the day. They're all great, but this one is like better than great.
A
And then he walks me to the
naked hug. The best kind of hug. That hug lasts all day.
And me too, oh, by the way. And then I go to the bathroom, and then he walks me back. Is that the sweetest? You're so sweet.
Well, you know, it just
Oh,
feels like the right thing to do.
It is the right thing to do. It's so, you've taken such great care of me the last couple of years. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's because if you weren't around, I'd have to put a bullet in my head.
Oh, I'm around. I'm around. I've asked for another 25 years.
At least.
Yeah, at least 25 years, or as long as Alan lives. We'll make that. I don't know if
So-
you've got like 150
So
in your head.
Lisa Faust
Faust, yeah.
said, my husband does the same thing. We're very fortunate to have great husbands.
Lisa, you are so right.
Yeah.
It's the greatest gift of life. It's like that, you know, that thing I say at the end of the show every time, that the voice said to me when I was in the hospital, it's not who you are, it's not what you do, it's not what you have. It's
Bless you,
only
Caroline.
about who you love
Thank you.
and who loves you. And he loves me. And Lisa, your husband loves you. And all you who have these great husbands. It's so wonderful. It's the greatest thing in our life, don't you think, Alan?
Yep.
It really is.
And also, Caroline just sneezed.
Yeah.
I think she needs some
Nasal renew.
Nasal renew.
Thank you.
Go get
I tried
it.
to make it. I tried to make it demure.
But go get it. It's your body talking. I say that to Alan every morning because he sneezes every morning. And I let him sneeze 2 or 3 times. Then I go, take some nasal renew. And he takes it reluctantly. And I think, if I had an automatic response when I woke up, I would, before I go to bed, I'd take 2. You don't know, though. Most nights, I slip in a couple of nasal renew in your pile of vitamins. All I have to do is get you to take them, and you're pretty good about taking them. You know what his doctor, not his doctor, my doctor, I found this great doctor. He understands alignment. I've always said to you, the body requires alignment and balance. Right now, I'm short on both. And this doctor, who specializes in alignment, he looked at my body and went, you are so out of alignment. I think because I was in bed so long that you sleep in a way that's the most comfortable but not the best for alignment. And so we're working on that. But anyway, he worked on Alan because Alan, you know, is not perfect, but he is perfect. And he fell off the golf cart path in our other house 2 years ago, thinking he could fly and showing off for me. He couldn't fly, and he landed on the golf cart path. I ran to him, and he was like lying in the path like a dead deer. Oh, that was just so awful. And I said, I'm going to call an ambulance. He said, no, it's Easter. We're going to get the worst. If you're working on Easter, it means you're not top of the line. I'm not going to a doctor on Easter. Okay. I know when he gets that tone in his voice, he's not going to a doctor on Easter. And so I said, well, I'll take you down to the golf cart to the little funicular that goes up the side of the hill. Because you know how to drive it? I said, I'll learn. I ran to the golf cart. You know what? Golf carts are not hard to learn. I learned in 30 seconds. And I pulled up to him, and then I had to get him up on it because he weighed 400 pounds.
Well,
It felt like.
I dislocated my hip.
Yeah. So the dead deer was now, the hip was like flopping out of his hip.
Yeah,
Like,
it
ugh.
had disconnected from my body.
And
Plus, I didn't notice it till later. I had my elbow bone was sticking out.
Is that what that puffy thing was?
Pardon me?
When you had the puffy fat thing?
No, that's on the other thing. I don't know, it's like a little nipple. I don't know what that is. But
You've
it's
grown to
going
like
away.
it, haven't you?
It's going away, yeah, I
Yeah.
played with it. No, this was on my right arm.
So anyway, I take him down the hill in the golf cart, and now, I've got to get him out of the golf cart and into the little elevator seat that goes up the side of the hill. You know, when you have superhuman strength. That's what cortisol is. Always check your cortisol levels, because that's, if your adrenals are high, it's usually your cortisol is off, your insulin's off, your adrenals, the whole major hormone system is off. And so high cortisol is nature's response to stress, and you have superhuman strength. Have you ever been in a circumstance where you had to pull a car off a baby or something dreadful like that? Where does a woman get that strength? From her cortisol levels, and her adrenal pumps in. So I assessed it, and I thought, okay, I can get him from here up until the little elevator cart. Wasn't easy, but I got him up there. Then I got him to the top of the stairs. You were there before. And I looked at our bedroom up there, and I started walking him up there, and I thought, there's no way. So I walked him into the guest room. I laid him on the bed, superhuman strength. I filled the bathtub. I got him into the bathtub to just lie there in the hot water to do whatever I hoped it would do, soothe him. And then it was starting to get dark, and that was like 2 hours later, and the water's not quite so hot. And I said, so what do you want to do? You want to go to the hospital, or do you want to try to make it, I can get you into this bed here, or we can go upstairs? He said, I want to go in my own bed. So I then was able to put his arm around me and step by heavy step walk him up the hill.
Well, the only leg that worked was the one that
Yeah.
wasn't just
Yeah,
okay.
may I interject here?
Sure.
Because I just want to say, both of you act so heroic because the other didn't want to go to the hospital, and you both made a grave error in not going to the hospital immediately.
I agree with
Like,
you.
you have to not listen to each other. You have to listen to your own good sense, because both of you now have done the, no, don't take me to the hospital.
I know.
And it was really, you're very lucky that both of you came out as well as you did. So you got to call for backup. And that's
Would you
what
like me
your
to
children
say
are
something
for.
that will make you feel good?
Yes.
I believe you, and yes, and I will take your advice next time. She wanted me to go to the hospital after, I didn't get to finish your story, but I will. She wanted me to go to the hospital immediately after I fell for this terrible break. And no, I'm fine. She said my shoulders are really sore, and my back is really sore, and my spine. I waited 3 weeks. When I went to the doctor, not for that, I went for my hip, and I said, I fell and I did, and she said, let me do an x-ray. She took an x-ray and called 911. I was in surgery within 2 hours, and she said, you were this far away from becoming a complete quadriplegic. So I will now listen to you.
And also when we're trying to help a loved one when they fall, you can do so much damage in just trying to help someone up yourself. Like that
Yeah.
is why you have to call a medical professional
Yeah.
immediately, even just to help someone move. But
You
I
are
love
right.
how you love each other. I love how you love each other, and I love how you honor what the other one wants. And I'm just taking this moment to say sometimes you have to make someone mad and say, no, I know better, and you're going to the hospital.
Yeah,
That's
and
all.
I'll tell you another thing that I never realized. When your children advise you, you get a little irritated because you're the kid. You're the adult all the time, but you're the kid. And so, now we're going to do this our way. But I now know, and I agree, and I was wrong, and you were right, and Alan was wrong, and we should have, even though you healed beautifully, we should have taken you to the hospital with, there are no good doctors.
Okay.
Okay?
Dennis Hatmaker. Al, do you take testosterone shots? Do I? Once a week.
Tuesdays.
This woman, well, we're doing it weekends now.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we did it Tuesday, and then we had to clear the deck on Wednesday. This way you do it Saturday, and then we're off on Sunday.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
And
Hey, Suzanne, do you have the small gut renew bag that you can put in front of you while we're talking about all
Yeah.
these other important issues?
Guide.
That's smart that you moved it to the weekend, Al. That's good thinking.
This guide is just loaded with recipes. And the recipes are so fantastic. Like, I'm looking for the 2-page spread. It's so great. I was explaining to my...
you know, that Gut Renew guide is like a book. It's incredible. The photography is great. The recipes are incredible.
Imagine, you can make
Yeah,
any
look
one
at
of
that.
these in 30 seconds.
Those are just some of the recipes.
Some of them. Yeah, it's got all the recipes.
So Caroline,
Yes.
when it says sign up for auto ship, we're talking about Gut Renew, right?
Yes. Well, we have auto ship on a lot of products. So you guys, a lot of times when we have a big discount on something, you can lock that in with auto ship. So for instance, our value size bag of Gut Renew, which is our best value on Gut Renew, it's $99.99 for 30 servings. But if you sign up for auto ship, you can get it for $89.99. And you can order that. You can get it every month or you can get it every 2 months. So it's a good idea to help save yourself an additional 10%. And then, you know, you're down at $3 a serving. And that's for, you know, you guys know Gut Renew. It's 20 grams of organic plant-based protein plus all those amazing gut health nutrients and the immune support boosters and the phyto fruits and vegetables and the sea minerals. It's really loaded. So when you can get that down to $3 a serving, it becomes a much better value.
Now let me ask you this. Have you had digestive enzymes today? Maybe, maybe. Have you had a probiotic fermented blend? Maybe, because we sell them here. Have you had prebiotic Jerusalem artichoke? Probably not. Have you had trifoliate blend powder? Probably not. Have you had marshmallow extract powder? Probably not. Have you had organic ginger powder? Maybe. Have you had organic turmeric powder? Maybe. Have you had organic sea buckthorn juice powder? Maybe. Have you had Ceylon cinnamon powder? Maybe. Have you had shiitake mushroom powder, organic? Yeah, maybe. Have you had...
Shiitake mushroom powder?
yeah.
I didn't know there was shiitake mushroom
Well,
powder.
now you know. We have it in our gut
It has a
renew.
lot of nutrients in it.
8 phyto fruits and vegetables, 50 sea minerals, organic sweetener, and I don't know. For me, you take this. I was talking to my new doctor, who the great thing about what I do is that I've interacted with so many doctors that I understand that there are things that I know that they don't and things that they know that I don't. And so I start at that level with all doctors. And I was telling him, he has, well, yeah, I've got problems. I said, oh, now we're talking. And he doesn't take any of these things. And I'm thinking, it's like the answer. It's like you got all these holes. The reason you have leaky gut, I told him, he says, I have leaky gut. I said, the reason you have leaky gut, and you'll be bored when I say that. I said, you know, the GI tract is the length of a tennis court, and all the mucus around it is the immune system. When you eat crappy food, and I could tell, a doctor, really good doctor, but he doesn't eat what we eat.
Well, you know, I wouldn't say most, a lot of doctors very carefully look after their patients, but they're not looking after themselves. And I remember years ago, I read a stat about the emergency room in New York City, and the life expectancy was 57. Now that sounds crazy, okay? But think about it. If you're a new doctor, you go into the emergency room when
Oh,
you're
the life expectancy of the doctor.
of the doctor, okay?
Oh, wow.
And you're dealing with gunshots and
Yeah.
guys with knives sticking out of their chests and people screaming and craziness going on, and you're absorbing all of that. I mean, it's an exciting place to work if you're a
Yeah,
doctor, because you get to do what heart doctors do in surgery. I mean, when there's no heart doctor around,
gotta cut open
you
the
gotta
chest.
open it up. So it's exciting work, but the stress is unbelievable.
Yeah.
57.
Most ER docs can't stay, and know where they go? they go into alternative medicine. So most of the docs that I interview in my books were former ER docs, because after a certain point, like Alan said, you can't take it anymore. It's too stressful. You coming over here to show them how cute you are?
No, I was just going to move this thing here.
Come over to show them.
Well, you're getting cute and moving things. Something I want to mention to you guys about auto ship. As you know, at SuzanneSummers.com, if you hit $99.99, that's where you get free shipping. So with the auto ship on the value size bag, your price goes down to $89.99. So you're no longer qualified for free shipping. So if you would like to get free shipping, here's what you do. Order 2 bags of Gut Renew on auto ship and have it delivered every 2 months. And that way you still get the free shipping, and you're still only getting 1 bag a month. So that's how we get you the free shipping.
And by the way, what I'm drinking here is my afternoon pick-me-up, the coffee Gut Renew. It's so good. It's so good.
I'm going to make a couple smoothies in the after show. So if you guys have suggestions of what you'd like me to make, let me know.
I wonder how a tequila smoothie would taste. Come here, Al.
Okay.
Come here. He's so cute. What he does for a clean white shirt is so amazing. Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him. Well, I hope you like our new location today.
Big Al's Bar.
Yeah, and it's only going to get better.
I like it.
Yeah, me
Only
too.
going to get better.
Me too.
Me too what?
I like it better.
Yeah.
I like it better.
And you should see the setup. Maybe what I'll do is I'll take a picture of our setup and we can show it.
Yeah.
Because it's it's really well done. And Mark, who's the gentleman
Who you have to send a large bag of Gut Renew to, okay?
That's right. He did all the lighting.
Caroline.
And,
I will.
and Monsieur Rondo actually took Mark's design and built the whole thing that this is on, a cart with the steel and the things going
I
up.
love
on
Mike
the front.
Rondo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love you.
And I love you.
Yeah.
So there you have it. After love, it's all bookkeeping. Remember that. Okay?
What did you say the other day? A wet bird never flies at night?
That's true. A wet bird never flies at
What does
night.
that mean?
Well, that's what it means. A wet bird never...
If you're a bird and you're all wet, you can't fly at night?
No,
Because your feathers are too heavy?
that's correct. Now, unless you're a water bird, like a duck, or a goose, or what else is a water bird?
Do you love those things on your Facebook called Reels, where I seem to press on cat videos a lot, and oh my God, I could watch cats all day. And then there's cats and dogs and how they love each other, and then there's goats who love little cats and
I love
dogs.
goats.
The goats are so cute.
Yeah.
I
like
could
the
I,
little guys.
I could sit there and watch those videos all day long.
You do.
That's what I do.
Keep
Yeah.
saying, look at this.
Yeah, I should be writing a book right now, but liking the videos. You know what? That's okay, isn't it?
What is?
Not to write a book right now. I mean, I've got one in my head. But have I done this? I haven't done this yet.
This.
Yeah,
No.
no.
Well, you don't have to do that.
I could dictate it,
You
couldn't
can
I?
dictate it to Siri.
Yeah, but she screws up all the time.
Well, it's okay, but you know what you're
She-
saying.
That's what an editor's for.
Not my editors. My last editor
Oh, I can't bear to hear this story.
at my last publisher was out to lunch. She never. We had one actual lunch with her in New York, and she never wrote me. She never interacted with me. And then I get a letter, probably 3 months before I'm supposed to turn it in. I'm leaving the publishing house, and we'll send you someone else. So someone else comes, and how do you start from scratch with somebody else? And I said, never mind, I'll finish it. I'll send it to you. You edit it. Just don't make me look stupid. And so actually, I like that better. I don't need an editor. I've written so many books, I don't need an editor anymore. It's nice.
No, I just mean to catch mistakes from the voice.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted her to do. I've had different editors. The second editor I had wanted to write. And I had to slap her hand down. I don't want you to write. I write. You just see if I'm redundant and if my composition
Yeah,
is good.
edit.
Edit. Yeah, edit. Edit.
That's the word, edit.
But editors, I find, really think
Move
they're
things
writers.
around.
They think they're writers, and then when they have a bestseller out there that they didn't write, but they think they did, they kind of take the credit for it.
You've had some good editors, though. You've written 27 books.
You've
Some of
had
them have been-
two
Some
great.
of them have been great.
Yeah, you've had two great editors.
some
Nancy,
that
I won't
went for
mention her
several.
Oh
last
yeah,
name.
Nancy was good.
She was great, and then you had another.
Caroline edited some of my summer size books. She was good.
Yeah. But you had a second grade editor. I can't remember her name, but she was really good. And then, but aside from that, that's for like 2 books.
Yeah.
The other 25 books was. You don't have to remember her name. It won't mean
well, why
anything.
can't I remember her name?
It doesn't mean anything.
I do remember her name.
Yeah.
Harold Matsman.
But if you say it, then all the other ones will know that you didn't like them.
Right.
That's right.
So that's why I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
That's why you don't say the one. that you
We have a
I
euphemism.
remember
in-
we used to have a staff Christmas party, and in addition to our organization, we would invite the people we worked with who had their own organizations, like attorneys. And so at the time, we had 3 separate attorneys.
I loved Heather Jackson.
Right. And Suzanne there were like 40 or 50 people at the party. We take over a little restaurant, and Suzanne would go from person to person to person and talk about them and what they did and how great they were, etc. So on this one Christmas party we had, she was going 1 to 1 to 1, and she got to the first lawyer, and she said, "This is Alan's favorite lawyer."
Not thinking about the other lawyer who's
And
sitting
then she
there
explained why Alan really loved this lawyer. I won't mention his name because he'll be embarrassed, but his first name is Bob or Robert.
going, he's still your lawyer.
Of course, he's still
Yeah.
he'll be my lawyer for life.
Yeah, he's so honest.
Yeah. So the other 2 lawyers, I'm sure, sat there thinking, "Oh, great."
Well, one of them is dead.
Yeah.
You
well,
know how much I know you love Bob.
How
There
much?
are times when I really need for you to see something my way. Do you know what I do sometimes?
yeah, you call Bob and say, "Talk to Alan and tell him to do this."
I just say, well, just have Bob tell him. And if Bob tells you, then you go, well, Bob said, and I go, God, you know what? That's great. That's a great idea.
Is Caroline the best? We work together so
no, but
well.
sometimes you do need the backup
Perspective,
of someone
yeah.
else you need 2 people on your team.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, the great thing about aging is wisdom and perspective. I've said this before. Wisdom is something young people can't buy or have, and same with perspective. You need to live long enough to get the perspective to rise above whatever the situation is and go, yeah, I remember that.
So
you know.
Rochelle Marie said, "I received gut renew and never got a booklet." I think I know the answer, but Caroline?
Yes, the booklets come in some of the configurations. And if you just buy Gut Renew on its own, you can buy the booklet separately. Sometimes we'll offer it as a gift in a bundle, but unless it says that it comes with it, then you can buy it separately. But that's why you might want to look at a couple of the bundles that we have where it comes with the book.
We don't talk about this very much, which is the immune support. It's so easy to add 1 scoop of this into your smoothie as you're mixing it up. It's zinc and vitamin C, and it's, in today's world, this is what I take for my immune system. I have an incredible immune system. So it's called immune support, and you get it in this little bag.
And it tastes really good too. You can just
Yeah.
mix it in water. It's kind of sweet and delicious.
I try to get the whole thing out of the way in the morning in my smoothie. I take all my supplements. I give Alan his supplements, but if I don't give him a Gut Renew smoothie of this size, so that it's just easy to get the pills down. Otherwise, it's too hard to take them. And you're thinking, well, why do you take so many pills? Well, it's not a perfect world anymore, and aging is about worn out parts, and so you have to replace what's worn out, i.e. hormones, or replace your nutrients or your minerals, and this is a great way to get a lot of that. And you get your hormones not through this, but you get them through your doctor, qualified doctor. Go to Live Health / Suzanne, is it?
livehealth.com/Suzanne.
That's so hard for a dyslexic person.
livehealth.com/Suzanne.
Is / this way?
They know which way it is.
They do?
Yeah. By the way, Sarah Dokson said, Suzanne, it's my 12th time seeing the Elvis movie.
Oh.
Everyone has told us how great the Elvis
Oh.
movie is.
What's her name?
Her name is Sarah Dokson.
Sarah, for you.
Sarah's written in this comment at least 3,000 times.
Sarah?
She can't believe you just read it out loud.
No, we haven't. You know what we say pretty much to one another every day? We should go see the Elvis movie tonight. We're so lazy.
And
We've got to
also-
drive all the way down the hill.
Right. Now, you know that we haven't been to a movie theater?
No, we stopped when I broke myself, and then
No, it was
and
long
then, and then
before
the
that.
pandemic.
Long before that.
And then the pandemic. 3
I'll bet
years?
it's been 10 years since we've been to a movie theater. What's the last movie we ever saw in a movie theater?
Out of Africa.
Okay, that was probably 15 years ago.
God, I love that movie.
Well, it was a great movie, and the
When he flew over.
the cinematographer of that
Oh.
movie was the guy who all shot all of the commercials I did.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Haskell?
Pardon?
Haskell? Wexler?
No.
Oh, he shot American Graffiti.
Yeah, American Graffiti. No. His name isn't Haskell Wexler.
I remember
But
I
he's
worked
all-
with
he-
Haskell
One
Wexler.
of our followers just sent me one of your videos from Tell a Friend.
Really?
I sent it to, yeah, I DM'd both of you on
Oh.
Instagram with it.
Oh, I want to see that.
Both of us are on it?
No, it's Alan Hamill.
No, I didn't get
No.
it. I didn't get the job.
Alan
You were so
Hamill
much
pitching.
better.
Well, there's
Don't do that.
Alan Hamill Alpha Beta reel of bloopers. You can pull that up. Yeah.
I bet you behaved.
I didn't behave.
No. When you were doing the Alpha Beta commercials, I was in the studio doing Three's Company, so I didn't get to see
Right.
all your badness. And I'm sure you kept them all entertained with your
Well,
badness.
I'll tell you, I think, and I could be incorrect about this, I think the campaign was so successful, it went on for years,
Yeah, it did.
that they were opening a new supermarket like every week or two. And I went to one of the openings.
Were you like
not-
a rock star?
That's right.
I bet you were.
I'm not going to tell you which one I went to because the story I'm going to tell you is fascinating. It's fascinating, okay? They always bring in the manager of the store when they're breaking ground to start construction. So he's there for he or she is there for the
Oh,
whole
I know
thing.
the story.
Okay? And
Be careful.
they were planning, the plan was to put in 10 cash registers, except he put in 11, and the 11th one was his. And the head office only expected to get reports on 10, so they didn't discover it for quite some time. And I think they were so embarrassed they never went after the guy,
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how much he pocketed.
Well, I would say millions. Millions.
Wow.
Yeah. There was a guy in Montreal who, this is before there were computers, who was in charge. He wasn't in charge. He was a ticket taker for a bridge that went
Yeah.
over, I don't know, some body, maybe the St. Lawrence, I don't know, some body of water. And it was all cash. And so this guy who put the money down, that went to the company. And then the next guy, this money went to his pocket.
God, your toes look so
And
sexy.
that went on for years, and the guy wound up
see
living the
his
grand
toes.
life in Geneva, Switzerland.
Look at Alan's toes. What is this?
I don't know, what are they?
Cool mint?
Cool mint. Is that
that
right,
it,
Caroline?
Caroline?
Do I have cool mint?
Cool mint, yeah, that icy, that.
I don't think he'll
beautiful
ever
mint
wear
green.
any other color.
Yeah, this is my favorite.
Everybody you see, he's got rich man's feet, which we're not rich.
That's what your sister
My sister
said.
says, you can always tell a guy who's got money because their feet are tan. So you have tan feet. So that means you have money. That's probably why I married you, because I was sure you
Yeah.
had all this money. Anyway, his toes look so good in cool mint. Oh my God. I got a little toe envy. I don't like my color on me this time. I took a really beautiful color, but it's the same color as my skin. I have a lot of pink in my skin. I want cool mint. Maybe we'll go around and we'll both have cool mint on and we'll look like...
Which one did you use, Suzanne?
Well, if I tell you, then people won't like it.
Yeah, then you're going to say it's not, you're going to think it's not, but it's just not for your skin tone.
It's not for my skin tone, and I think this was cool pink.
So...
no, the raspberry cream?
Okay, probably.
But that's pretty bright.
That's what I thought when I looked at it. I looked at Poppy, which looks great on me, and I had her put this on because it's almost the same, but it's pink. And it brought out all the pink in my toes, and my toes don't make me want to look at them right now because of the color.
Well,
but if I had your toes...
You have prehensile toes.
I have long toes.
Suzanne can hang from trees with her toes.
I spent my childhood being mortified by my toes, by my feet.
I love your toes.
You do.
Every single one of them. By the
All
way,
14 of them.
Ev Connolly said, Al, have you ever narrated a book on tape? Your voice is so hypnotic.
Isn't it?
Oh, I can hypnotize.
What a week you
Ev
had. The
Connolly.
doctor tells you that you are an absolute, he said, how old are you? Alan said 86. He said, you are an amazing specimen.
Specimen.
So now you have hypnotic voice, and you are a specimen.
Specimen. Actually, last time I heard the word specimen, I was at my urologist giving him
A specimen.
a specimen.
And one of my less than stellar jobs growing up was working at Kaiser Hospital in the multiphasics department, and I was the receptionist, and they had to go pee in a cup and bring their questions answered back, and they'd hand them to me. I cannot tell you how many people pooped in the cup. And I'd go, Mrs. Whatever your name is, here's a clean cup. Can you just, it's a urine specimen. Now I'm stuck with the poop in the cup.
But think of the talent it takes to poop in that little cup.
Not really.
Oh.
Not this kind of poop.
You've got
I've seen poop.
You've got it. It's got to be your poop. First of all, it has to be the right size. Okay. To
Yeah, well,
into
they
that little cup.
Our customers don't love this this line of questioning.
No, I don't either.
We have this specimen cup.
Yeah. Oh, bon appetit, everybody.
I'm just going to veer you to the left.
So is everybody hearing Caroline better? Because we actually have her mic'd up.
Some people on Facebook said it was a little hard to hear me, but Instagram was okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I like you better over here near me, to tell
Yeah,
you
but
the
it's-
truth. I feel
her
disconnected
sound-
from you up there.
Yeah, but her sound is not as good. We
No.
have the microphone is literally probably 3 inches, 3 or 4 inches
How
away.
is my microphone?
Your microphone's great. You have 2 microphones.
I like those big microphones, like
You-
in the picture of you on CBC.
Yeah, but then you got that big thing sitting in front
I
of
know,
you.
but it looks kind of professional.
You have a boom mic
Oh.
over your head
Oh.
right now. See
Oh,
that mic?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's
I'm gonna
professional.
sneeze. Excuse me.
You need nasal renew.
I took it 3 times today because this is the desert. The desert is so dramatic. When it's hot, it's hot. And in the winter, when it's cold, it's cold. Not as cold as your cold, but it's cold when you go from 120 dry heat to 40, 30 in the winter. It's cold. Your blood isn't warmed up yet. And then today we were supposed to have a thunderstorm, so we had thunder sounds, but then the rain never came.
It was one of those alerts that automatically comes
my
on your
phone
phone.
did.
And I thought it was some child who's just been kidnapped. That's what it usually is.
That's what I thought.
And it was no. We're going to have a flood, and stay home unless you absolutely have to
That's
travel.
what I thought it was going to be too.
And nothing happened.
No.
I was hoping it would pour rain. I love when it pours
Yeah, I do
rain
too.
in the desert.
I do too. It's
Great.
like nothing can get wrecked, and the trees are all dry. Go.
Yeah.
"Ugh,
Well, the
thank you,
trees are
thank you."
drought resistant. They're fine.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your weirdest job, Caroline?
My first job out of college, I was, it's that dead zone where you move home and you don't quite know what you're going to do yet. So I took a temp job. So I applied with this temporary agency, and I went to work at Morris Blevis's office.
At what?
Morris Blevis. The guy's name was Morris Blevis. So I was just doing secretarial work. I'd pick up the phone, and he would say, you have to pick up the phone and say, good afternoon, Morris Blevis's office. So Morris Blevis, everything was super high tech, and I didn't know how to use these like really high tech phone machines and everything, the stamp machine, the copy machine. He had just, everything was new and digital, and it was, 1991. So I wasn't in the digital age yet. And I actually failed. I am used to being so good at everything, and I failed at this job to the point that he was making fun of me and said, oh, guess they didn't teach you that at Cal. I'm like, I went to a really good school. I graduated with very good grades, and I was like, you could teach a monkey to do this. And I was so mad I never went back. I never went back to Morris Blevis's office. That was my worst job ever.
We have a similar experience in that when I was in school, my mother insisted that I learn to take shorthand, because then at least you can always get a job, and to learn to type on a typewriter. Okay, I learned to type okay, not very good, because it was like hard to press those things. And I could take really good shorthand, but I couldn't read it back. So when Bruce was a little baby, I had to go get a job, so I saw an ad, a legal secretary. I thought, okay, I can type and take shorthand. So I go in, and when you're 19 or 20 and you walk in, the guy, the lawyer who's hiring goes, you got the job.
Oh, yeah, he didn't care if you couldn't see or hear.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so he calls me in the first morning of the first day to take a letter. Yes, sir. And so I sit there, and he's dictating, and I'm writing as fast as I can, but not fast enough, but I'm as fast as I can. I hope I'm writing this right. And I finished, and I said, okay, thank you. And I went back to my desk outside his office, and I looked at my shorthand, and I thought, haven't a clue. So I, like you, I picked up my purse, walked out the door, I never saw him again. He must have come out to see if the letter was ready. Nope, she's gone.
But like running a switchboard is no joke. And when you arrive at a company and they have, let's say they had 12 offices, and they said you have to pick up the phone by the third ring. So you'd have to pick up the phone, and it's like, hey, it's Ted Baronsky for Ethel, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you don't even know who these people are. It was so many names. I just couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So other people who do that, I applaud you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I make up names of lipsticks really well.
You do. And also nail polish.
You sure do. That you came up with caramelized peach. I just want to use it because of the name.
And gut renew.
And gut renew.
And gut
You're real
Exactly
good with
what
titles.
it does.
And
It's
cool
exactly
mint.
what it does.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, I had a bad stomach ache yesterday. My stomach was upset, and I really couldn't eat anything, and I was not feeling great. And I said to Bruce, I know I need to eat, but my stomach is really not feeling right. And I said, would you please make me a gut renew smoothie? And he did, and I almost immediately felt better.
Oh.
Wow. I was going to suggest gentle colon renew.
No, it was, when you just have like that gut rot in your stomach.
What do you think did it? What do you think?
I hadn't eaten enough. That's what it was. But I had no appetite. So once it was soothing, the gut renew was soothing, and I needed good food and I needed nutrition, and it's exactly what it gave me.
Isn't that nice?
So yay
Nice.
for gut renew.
Yay.
And I have a pile of vitamins sitting in front of me that I need to take, and I thought, oh, well, and when I make my gut renew smoothie with the after show, then I'll be able to take my vitamins.
You will. Like that's how I take my gut renew shake around 11 o'clock, and I get all those vitamins down. I've already had my 2 fried eggs. Alan Hamill makes the best fried eggs in the world.
I do.
They're fluffy around the edge. He does them
Yep.
in olive oil, and you don't need any toast. You don't need anything. It's just so good.
I deep fry my
Caroline,
eggs.
I know, agrees.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The
yeah.
best eggs.
The best. And no snot on them.
No, because he bastes them in the olive oil.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
some mornings there's a little snot, and I go, I'm appreciative, but there's a little egg gook, which is, i.e. snot.
Well, I wish you'd find another name. Isn't there a name for that stuff?
Gook.
Gook.
Egg
Oh.
gook.
No, but there's a
Raw
name.
egg white.
Was it egg? Well, egg white doesn't sound very.
No, gook, egg white gook.
Yeah, egg white sounds
But
like it
snot
could be
is funnier.
cooked egg white. Yeah, gook. You know what it is when it's gook. Yeah.
And you know, when you don't like it, it's such a turn off that you gotta scrape it off, and then you think about it and the rest of the egg, like, I wonder if there's any gook left in this egg.
But you and I like our eggs the same way because we want the yolk runny,
Yeah.
but not if it means having the white gook.
That's
No.
right.
So soft
And
whites.
Alan knows how to just baste it enough
Yep.
just to take the edge off, which
Yep.
you can also do with a perfect over easy egg. But a lot of times they break when
Then you
go
break
over
the
easy.
yolk, yeah. Now, he generally gets 10. Just every once in a while, there's a little gook, and I'll go, little gook.
Yeah, but a little gook, big deal.
I'm not, don't kick a gift horse in the mouth.
Okay.
I so appreciate that. And
So,
if we don't eat it in the kitchen, which we normally do, but when we don't, he brings it into me in the bedroom on a silver tray.
yep. Yep.
That's kind of wonderful.
Yep. I'm building credits.
Yeah.
You know, you have to build when you're a husband, okay? You have to
Extraordinaire.
understand, you have to be clever about the way you approach things with your wife. And one of the things that I love doing is building credits, okay?
You got 'em.
So when I bring her
They're taller than you.
I bring her mangoes ready to eat, beautiful, perfect
Yeah.
mangoes.
On a silver tray.
On a silver tray,
Yeah.
credit, okay? When I bring her perfect eggs on a silver tray, that's credit, okay? So I'm building credits.
You got so many credits.
When she wakes up, I tell her I'm sorry.
And he kisses
okay?
me awake.
Credits.
And he
okay?
kisses me awake.
Well, I know.
That's
Well, I know, but I'm
lot
hoping
of
for a
credits.
payoff. Pardon?
that's a lot of credits.
It is. Well, you know what?
What?
We're like rounding the horn here. This is the last time I'm going to hold up this sign. Okay? 25%
guys-
off site-wide, promo code HEALTH25. Sign up for auto ship to lock in monthly discounts at SuzanneSummers.com. It's a great deal. And
Yeah, and also you guys, some of the gut renewed kits are already marked down more than 25%. So you won't need the promo code for that. If something's marked down more than 25%, you don't need the promo code. But for everything else on the site, use that code. Get your discount.
So
Okay.
we're going to say goodbye, but then you hang on and see Caroline, and she'll tell you what I didn't tell you. Could there be anything I didn't tell you? Just know that Gentle Colon Renew is the greatest dinner party gift. It makes everybody laugh, and then everyone goes, "You have any more of that? I'd like some of that."
you know, and when you open it up, we've rigged it. So when you open it up, there's a sound it makes. Okay? I'm not going to tell you what it is,
This is Al lying.
but it's a sound.
This is
it's
Alan
perfect.
lying.
You open it up.
We know
and
his lying.
You'll hear a sound that's
Yeah,
familiar.
yeah.
Okay, very familiar to
Yeah.
everybody, and it'll just break you up. Okay.
It will.
But
Good
it-
night, everybody. It's not who you are. It's not what you do. It's not what you have. It's only about who you love and who loves you. Nothing better. I love you. Good night, everyone. Good night, Caroline.
And I love you.
I love you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.